Indoor gardening is becoming its own world now, especially in small apartments where space is tight, air circulation is limited, and honestly, one wrong move can make the whole room smell like a swamp. Outdoor gardeners can brew funky compost teas all day long, but indoors, nobody wants that. And if you're growing in fabric pots, the last thing you want is a soupy, smelly mix that saturates the soil and invites gnats, molds, or anaerobic pockets. That's exactly why I stopped using traditional compost teas years ago. Too messy, too unpredictable, and honestly, too smelly for any indoor grower with neighbors, roommates, or pets. But I didn't want to give up the benefits: better biology, stronger root growth, richer color, and faster nutrient cycling. So I spent months experimenting until I found the formula that works indoors without a single foul odor. The result is what I now call my no-smell worm casting tea, and it's the only liquid amendment I use for my indoor plants going into 2026. It's clean, quick brewing, microbially rich, and absolutely perfect for fabric pots. Let me break down what makes it different and how you can make it in less than 10 minutes. Most so-called compost teas you see online are brewed for about 24 hours with air pumps, molasses, and yeah, those big buckets of decomposing organic matter. Outdoors, that might be fine, but indoors, honestly, it's a disaster just waiting to happen. The moment you add molasses or sugars, you're basically creating an explosion of microbes in a confined, wet environment, and if even part of that brew goes anaerobic, you're actually pouring rotten bacteria straight into your pot. You know what anaerobic tea smells like? It's swamp water, plain and simple. You know what it breeds: gnats and fungus issues all over the place. And you know what it does to soil and fabric pots: it clogs the structure, making things way worse. Indoor growers really don't need the chaos of a microbial rave. What they need is controlled biology, just enough to feed the soil, strengthen the roots, and support long-term growth without tipping the balance. That's where the no-smell version shines. There are two major differences. First, there's no brewing, none. No pump, no bubbling bucket, no fermentation. This is a fresh extract, clean, immediate, and stable. Second, there's no molasses. Indoor soils don't need sugar rushes. They need steady, aerobic, balanced microbial populations. A simple extraction using worm castings gives you everything you need without encouraging bad bacteria. The beauty of this tea is that it's light, clear, earthy, and completely scent-free. You could make it in your kitchen without anyone noticing. It works because worm castings already contain living microbes, fully balanced and ready to activate your indoor soil. The recipe is almost too simple, but every ingredient has a purpose. Take 1 cup of fresh, moist worm castings, never bone-dry ones. Add it to 1 liter of clean water. Stir gently for 30 to 60 seconds. All right, let it settle for about 5 minutes. Next, go ahead and strain it through a fine mesh or a cloth. And that's it. The liquid you're left with is a microbe-rich extract that smells kinda like clean soil. Not swamp muck, not fermentation, just a mild, earthy aroma you can barely detect. So, this extract carries soluble humic acids, beneficial microbes, plant growth hormones, and trace minerals, basically everything your soil needs without anything it doesn't. You know, fabric pots dry faster than plastic pots because of constant airflow through the sides. That makes them amazing for root pruning, but, honestly, a bit challenging when it comes to nutrient retention. You end up losing moisture and soluble nutrients more quickly, which means your indoor plants can hit deficiency walls faster. This tea really fixes that issue because it rebuilds the top layer of biology, improves moisture retention, helps roots absorb nutrients more efficiently, and strengthens soil structure instead of clogging it. Pretty neat, right? Unlike heavy teas, This one sinks straight into the fabric pot's center without pooling or going anaerobic. It feeds the soil without smothering it. Indoor growers using 2 to 5 gallon fabric pots will see the difference in less than a week: deeper greens, perkier leaves, thicker stems, and noticeably faster new growth. Most indoor plants respond best when you use it every 2 weeks. Heavy feeders, like peppers or tomatoes grown indoors, can take it weekly. Leafy greens love it. Herbs, well, they just explode with it, and tropical houseplants, they really thrive on it. The key here is not to overdo it. Worm-casting tea isn't about more is better. It's really steady and consistent is best. Indoor growing, it's getting more sophisticated every year. We've got better lights, better fabric pots, better mixes, and way better control over temperature and humidity. But honestly, most indoor growers are still using the same heavy compost teas that were designed for outdoor plots. This no-smell worm tea, it's the next step forward. It's made specifically for modern indoor conditions: clean biology, controlled input, no pests, no stink, no weird bacterial blooms. It's the kind of amendment you can use in an apartment, in a bedroom grow tent, in a closet setup, or even right next to the couch without anyone noticing.